Welcome back. Today, we're talking about something that honestly feels like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's happening right now. We're going to break down the blueprint for building a real-world AI assistant that you can actually use.
Okay, so just picture this for a second. You're out and about, maybe running errands, and you get that notification you need to draft a really important, complex document. Normally, that means rushing back to your laptop, right? But what if you could just kick the whole thing off without missing a beat?
What if you could do it just by sending a simple text message? Well, that's exactly what the Reality Auto project is all about. And this isn't just some far-off concept. It's a real working system that lets you control these incredibly complex workflows as easily as you text a friend, "Hey, what's up?"
So what are we really talking about here? It's called an AI automation workflow. The best way to think about it is like a super smart digital assembly line. You just make a simple request in plain English, the AI figures out what you mean, and then a whole team of automated tools jumps into action to get it done. The best part? It all happens automatically.
At its heart, the whole point of this project is to build a bridge between the way we talk, normal everyday language, and the super precise world of computers and software. It's about finally having a real, genuinely useful assistant that you can carry around in your pocket.
Okay, so how does this magic actually happen? It's not just one single piece of technology doing all the work. Nope. It's more like a dream team of different technologies all working together perfectly. Let's meet the starting lineup.
All right, here are our key players. First up, you've got Activepieces. Think of it as the mission control or maybe the quarterback, calling the plays and making sure everything happens in the right order. Then there's Twilio. That's the system's mouth and ears, handling all the texts and calls. OpenAI, well, that's the brain. It's the part that actually understands what you're asking for. And finally, Google Workspace is like the team's office manager, the filing cabinet and mailroom, taking care of all the documents and emails. Every single one has a crucial role to play.
So now that we've met the team, let's actually follow a request from start to finish. We're going to see how a simple text message gets turned into a fully completed task. It's pretty cool. Here's the basic roadmap of that journey. It all starts with your input, which hits a trigger. Then the AI steps in to figure out what you want and sends it down the right path, or branch. From there, a bunch of action nodes do all the heavy lifting. And at the very end, the system logs what it did and lets you know it's done. It sounds complicated, but it's actually super elegant and incredibly powerful.
Okay, step 1, the trigger. This is the very first and maybe most important step. The system is basically always listening through something called a webhook. You can just think of a webhook as a digital doorbell. The second you send that text or make that call, that doorbell rings and the whole process kicks into gear instantly.
Let's look at a real-world example. A user sends a text that just says, "Generate a marketing email for product X." And notice, that's not code. It's not some weird command. It's just normal conversational English. This is the kind of raw material the system is designed to handle.
And this is where that AI brain we talked about, OpenAI, gets to work. That text message gets sent over, and the AI acts like this amazing universal translator. But it's not just translating words, it's translating intent. It's figuring out what the user actually wants to get done.
And boom, here's the result. This is what the AI spits out. It doesn't just understand in some vague way. It takes that understanding and structures it into this super clean, machine-readable format. It's identified the task is to generate a document, the tone should be professional, and the target is a real estate client. All the fuzziness of human language, gone. Now the system has crystal clear instructions.
So, with that perfectly structured data, the system knows exactly what to do. The next question is how to do it. This is where that smart sorting hat idea comes in. It looks at the task type and basically sorts the request, sending it off to the right department or the right set of tools.
So for example, if the AI tagged it as a messaging task, the system knows to send it over to Twilio to handle the text. If it's a document task, it fires up Google Docs. Each path is a specialist, It makes sure the right tool is always used for the right job, and it's all determined by that initial AI translation.
And that brings us to the final step, the action. The request is on the right path, the instructions are crystal clear, and now the system just gets to work. It starts writing that email, creating that document, or sending that text, completely on its own. No more clicks, no more typing from you.
Okay, so we've seen how it all works, step by step. But the real story here is so much bigger than just this one workflow. This isn't just some cool, clever project. It's really a blueprint for the entire future of personal automation.
So you might be wondering, what was the big breakthrough that made all of this possible? Well, it really comes down to one thing, a kind of secret sauce. And that was the October 2025 update to Activepieces. That update brought a few key features that were basically the final pieces of the puzzle needed to make this all work so seamlessly.
Let's dig into why that update was such a game changer. For one, it let the system directly understand that structured data from the AI. It also made building out those different if this, then that branches super easy with a visual UI. Plus, it added real-time logs, so if something goes wrong, you can see exactly where. These weren't just small improvements, they were the absolute bedrock changes that made Reality Auto a reality.
And get this, here's the proof that this thing is ready for the real world. They stress-tested it, throwing over 100 requests at it all at once. The average time from sending the text to getting the finished task back? Under 4 seconds. That's not just fast, that's mind-blowingly efficient.
And this really brings us back to the most important point of all. This project, Reality Auto, isn't really the final product. It's the blueprint. It's a template, a reusable model that anyone can take and adapt to build all kinds of specialized AI agents for pretty much any industry you can think of.
So, when you boil it all down, this is the key takeaway. The project actually did it. It built that bridge we talked about at the start. It successfully connects our natural, human way of communicating with the powerful world of automated workflows, and it does it in a way that can scale up and work in the real world.
And so that leaves us with just one final, pretty exciting question. The blueprint exists, the tools are out there, we've just seen what's possible. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it?